Ladies and gentlemen, the House of Grim podcast went to RetroSlam at the Dort Financial Center, put on by Pure Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, when myself, Grim, and old Dan Bob here, we walked in, we saw the marquee. The lights were bright and shiny. And up on there, our three amigos from Obsidian, Machine Gun Bishop, Big Dom, and Alpha Ray Adams were on that marquee, ladies and gentlemen.
Amongst other Pure Pro talent. But
others.
them three are our homeboys. Must say that. Congratulations, fellas.
They are our homeboys,
needed.
even though you're repping the enemy, Midwest Misfits. You know what I'm saying? But we won't talk about
Misfits is spam.
We won't talk about O's up, over here. But anyways, we walked down into the arena, and man, oh man, that crowd was massive. I seen the number was something like 1,500 people.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, man. Around 1,500 plus.
1,500.
Yeah, I think they probably stopped counting around 1,500, man. But that's a lot of people, bro, to pack in for an indie show, especially in Flint, bro.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You know what I mean? So Flint came out.
That's right.
That's what's up, man.
Flint loves wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't there, there's plenty more shows coming up this year on Pure Pro Wrestling's agenda. Go to their website, check it out. They got a whole list of them of where they'll be next.
Right, yeah. Rhino even's got a promotion, Grim. Tell them about Rhino's promotion, IWR, right?
Yeah. Man,
they're going to be having some shows too, man. So if you guys even want to see Rhino, go check them out, man. IWR. Check out, see about his promotion, see where he's going next.
Yep. But this night was all about Pure Pro Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Pure Pro Wrestling.
Yes, it was.
Put on a heck of a show. And, man, they pre-show, they had two different bouts. The first one that we saw, because we got there about 6:30, so if they had anything before that, we may have missed it. But they had the junior grapplers had a little battle royale thing that talk about just like an awesome time for those kids. Be able to go out there, and perform in front of a live crowd. A live crowd that big.
That big, yeah. I mean, dude, that'd be amazing, bro, being 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, being able to do that, just to get the courage to do that. And, where them kids are going to be able to take that courage with them farther in life. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a great thing that that Xavier Justice is doing with them kids, man. And if you got, hey, any of you guys got children, man, and you want to get them into a program, I definitely recommend that, especially if your kids love watching wrestling. Get them a chance to get in the ring. Get them a chance to mix up with some real wrestlers. Have some fun while they're doing it. But anyways, back to our RetroSlam.
Yep. They had a battle royale before the start of the main bouts, and it was, I believe the stipulation was the winner gets to challenge for any title. So, talk about a big stipulation for a battle royale.
Yeah, so you mean a title that they decide they want to challenge for?
If they want to go after the Cruiserweight title, they can go after that. If they want to go after, the Michigan State Heavyweight Championship, they can. If they decide they want to get them a tag partner or go after the tag titles, I guess they can do that too. They want a AIWF Continental Championship.
So better watch out then.
So,
oh boy,
let's talk about this card. It was action packed. Five championship matches, a tag team grudge match, mixed tag match, TNA special attraction match,
ladder matches, career on the line matches.
It was
matches on top of matches, Grim. Yeah. This shit was crazy, bro.
It was a wild time. Now let's get into some of these matches. Let's start off with the mixed tag match. That was with Hannah Henderson and Sean Evans versus Penny P and Darlene Rogers. Now, Darlene Rogers, you had went over to get some snacks at the time, so you missed his intro. I'm like, man, where's this man coming from? I was like, waiting for him to come down the ramp or like the little walkway area, but he wasn't coming down from there. And I see the camera people walking behind me. I'm like, man, what's going on? Apparently, this man had his own little special contraption, a little like sofa chair that was motorized that he rode into RetroSlam. That thing was awesome. Let me tell you.
Yeah, dude, I seen it later in the show, right? Like where I was walking somewhere, I think to the restroom or the concessions, and I seen a person sitting in a chair moving along, and you're like, hey, that's what Rogers came out in. I was like, no way, that would have been awesome. So I missed his entrance. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, Darren Rogers, man. I wish I would have seen it. That's a hell of an awesome entrance, dude. Man.
But man, yeah. So him and Penny P, they went up against Sean Evans and Hannah Henderson, and they ended up getting the upper hand on them. You know what I'm saying? Next match I want to touch on is the TNA special attraction bout between Saginaw's own Rohit Raju and Flint's own Jack Price. Ladies and gentlemen, needless to say, the crowd was on Jack Price's side. But here, House of Grim Podcast, we were rocking with old Rohit Raju. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He came out, he gets into the ring looking like $1 million. Gets in there.
TV ready.
TV ready. He looks over and he sees this massive sign on the opposite side of the crowd that says Jack Price. And he's like, man, forget you guys. Disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah.
And then he comes over to our side of the ring, and I'm like, Rohit rules! And I point to my sign. I have a little whiteboard. I have Rohit rules on it. That man came running out of the ring, grabs that thing, said, I'll be right back. Runs back into the ring, goes over onto the other side where that other sign was, and was like, yeah, you see that? The man had backup out in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? We were there, we were rooting for that man.
Yep, we were rocking it with him, man.
At one point, that man, he had to get out of the ring. He needed to take a little breather. I'm over here fanning him, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to help him cool up.
No, it was funny. It was funny. Grim's over there fanning him. It was great, dude.
Hey, I think it may have helped him because that man went on to win that match. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Beat old Jack Price in his hometown.
Right. That's what happens when you come out looking like $1 million, being $1 million, and performing as $1 million. You reign victoriously.
That's right.
Sorry, Jack Price, but hey, you had to lose.
Let's touch on that tag team grudge match, man. Zondo and The Territory versus Gideon Malice and Tank. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Tank and old Gideon, the crowd is behind them. But again, old House of Grim podcast, we were rocking with The Territory and Zondo.
Mm-hmm.
The Territory, he's our guy. You know what I'm saying? The man is the man, the myth, the legend. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he went in there and he took a little tactical advantage at one point. A little revenge for what happened to him at Lucha Fiesta, where Tenshi had spit in his face with this mist. Hashtag.
And we still
mist
don't know
cheating.
what was.
Mist is cheating.
Right.
Right.
And Grim, we still don't know what that mist was.
Right.
We still got it. We're still asking for Pure Pro Wrestling to get to the bottom of the mist. We got to figure out what that substance is. But needless to say, The Territory, our guy,
got another win here. He won at Lucha Fiesta, even though when he came out and tried to help Zondo, he got a little mist in the face. But tonight, the night of RetroSlam, he went out on top, baby. Biggest PPW show of the year, and he got a W. The man's going places. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in a title picture somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Let's get him in a title shot somewhere.
Right.
Now, speaking of title shots, 5 title matches. 5, ladies and gentlemen.
5.
We had Drake, high flyer Drake, global flyer Drake, the man himself, all over the ring, jumping, kneeing, all that, going up against James Alexander. This man was I ain't gonna lie, it was looking a little desperate at times. James Alexander's putting the beat down, gets him in a figure 4 over on the ring post at one point. He's trying to ground the man.
Mm-hmm.
But
trying to take that leg out, Grim. But dude, we can never count Drake out, man. He has the heart of a lion. That kid, he went from a kid to a man. And Grim, man, bro, he reigned victoriously. You know what I'm saying? He's got that heart of a lion. He wasn't fin to lose.
He didn't. He retained that title, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you.
He once was saying, I seen somewhere that I think it was on Facebook, Grim, that when he was born, his name, was put up on that big billboard out front, that faces the highway, and now he's performing in the arena. He told us on our podcast that that's where his father worked, when he was a child. Yeah. So much power to him, man. Much props to Drake for winning, where his father worked. Man, way to go, Drake.
Way to go. Let's touch on this. Obsidian. Got a little gold tonight. Who's up?
Yes.
Congratulations to Chaos. She went out there, handled business against Tenchi, and brought a title home to Obsidian, ladies and gentlemen.
At Pure Pro's biggest event of the year.
The Michigan State Women's Championship now belongs to Chaos.
A fighting women's champion. Chaos.
Dude, hopefully she has a long title run in her future.
And I'm sure she will, bro. Just like everybody in Obsidian is, man. They're dominant, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I want to get her on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Chaos, it's a challenge. We're coming for you. Want you on the podcast, baby.
So,
no smoke, though. No smoke.
The AIWF Continental Championship.
Man, that's what hurt my heart, bro.
High profile Dylan Knight versus Danny Astro with Jack Kelly by his side. The Jack Kelly by his side. Career versus title. A match that was, draped in history. A feud that's been going on for a long time came to its conclusion at RetroSlam.
Yeah. Broke my heart, bro.
I mean, hey. Now, Danny Astro won this match. But, man, oh man, Dylan Knight, he
put him through hell.
Dude, there were some chair shots.
Man. And he was
those chair shots, like
he was making them count.
I'm telling you right now, if I'd been hit by one of those, our mom would have felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Wham! Oh, yeah. Mom would have been like, "What happened?"
Yeah,
those were some brutal chair shots. Both of them
was laying them in, bro.
Both of them were, man.
Both of them were.
Yeah,
they
were putting the beat down.
It broke my heart though because, Graham, it broke my heart because, man, that's a man's livelihood. This is how he feeds himself, how he feeds his family. You know what I'm saying?
He knew he knew the risk though going in that could be the outcome. But man, talk about one heck of a spot. In a match, you know what I'm saying?
That table with the barbed wire?
They pull that thing out. Nobody was expecting. They pull it out at first. I'm thinking it's a body bag. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
shit.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? I thought
then they started
he was going to put Astro in the bag.
Yeah.
I was like, he's going to put him in a body bag. And then all of a sudden he rips this tarp looking cover off this table.
When they started setting it up, that's okay. It's a table. Like something's on this thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a wild match. Before the table came out, remember there was a point where Hard to Kill, he was the special guest ref. He got taken out, and
Boom. Lights out for him. He's out. He's laying there. He's down for a while.
And here comes Upper Echelon. They came out, and they
from out of nowhere.
Well, they came down and they started putting the beat down. But
that's luckily, the only way.
Luckily, the Misfits came out and kind of ran them off. But they would,
Misfits, baby.
One of them helped them get that table into this table we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. They had this barbed wire on it. Now, Dylan Knight had the plan to put Danny Astro through it, but they're up on the top rope going at it. And the old great equalizer. Jack Kelly came with that tennis racket. Thump! Bam! Dylan Knight went through that table, and after that, it was downhill for him. He tried,
dude, but he was all tangled and wrapped in that barbed wire, Grim.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sitting there next to you, bro, like, oh my god, bro. And like at one point, Danny Astro even had to try and pull it out of him, bro, because Dylan Knight is just so wrapped in that barbed wire, blood's everywhere, and it's just, man, it got tangled in his shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could just see it ripping. I'm like, oh my god. At one point, somebody next to me was like, man, right before that spot happened, like, that's fake. And I'm like, no, it's not. You know who that is in that ring? That ain't fake. And as soon as that spot took place, Grim, and I looked over at that person, they're like, sorry. And I'm like, man, and he's just fighting and getting it up. I'm like, man, that's a crazy ass, hell of a night, man.
Yeah. Oh, night. Let me tell you. And then,
I know they're both feeling it tonight, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, today, ice packs, fellas, and some Tylenol.
Yep. But yeah, he got him in that submission hold, and I give Dylan Knight this credit right here. That man went out on his shield. He did not tap.
Nope.
You know what Khabib said to Conor? Go to sleep. Why tap? All these people came for you. Why tap? He didn't tap. He went out on that shield. 30-year career.
He's a soldier, man.
He went out on that shield. But next title match we got to talk about is a 4-way tag team ladder match. Ladies and gentlemen, Two Fly, ISO Rico and Apollo Prime. The Upper Echelon with Cody Manning, right? Am I correct? And Jake Wilder with Jack Kelly as the Jack Kelly as their manager. Big Dom and Machine Gun Bishop of Obsidian. O's up. And Dan Bob's favorite tag team, the Midwest Misfits, with Chris Mavaldo and Big Ramirez.
Grim, this was a hell of a show. This was a hell of a match. And, we just recently had Obsidian on. Yeah. And
let me
I really thought... Go ahead, bro.
I just want to say, Big Dom got a hold of Mavaldo and chucked that man right out that ring. Yeah!
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Now, I thought there was going to be a surprise hiccup in this match. There was going to be a surprise upsetting, and ISO Rico and my man was going to win, right? Yeah. I was like, that's what I kind of figured, right? But I'm like, man, Obsidian definitely deserves these titles. I would love to see Obsidian have them. You know what I'm saying? They're our homies too. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the Misfits, man, you know what I'm saying? Like Juggalos and shit, to me, we like family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop to the Misfits for reigning victoriously and winning. You can't count them guys out, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I know we can't count out Obsidian.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I don't think you could have counted any team out in this match, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
There was
like for the tag team division that Pure Pro Wrestling has, that tag division, I give it 2 thumbs up, Grim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about some of the stuff that happened in this match, though. Big Dom tried to climb a ladder. That ladder was not.
I could see the ladder was broke where we was at. if he could have ran up that ladder, if that ladder would have worked,
Yeah.
he'd had them
But
titles right
that
now, bro.
ladder was not cooperating because the more he tried to climb it, the more it was buckling and breaking. And man, oh man, I do think that may have cost him.
Yeah, because like as he's putting his foot on, you're right. The side of it was broke, right, Grim?
It's
So
buckling.
it's buckling. You can see it just bending, and he's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, get a different ladder, different ladder.
But yeah,
But man,
everybody that was in that match, I guarantee, walked away with
feeling it.
feeling it. Because man, oh man, there was some hellacious action in
But
that match.
you know what? Any one of them teams, though, Grim. Any one of them tag teams, though, could have walked out with them tag titles last night.
I'm telling you that tag division is loaded.
And right, and we wouldn't have been anyone who was in the audience probably wouldn't have been mad if it was any one of them teams.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Because they all put in work, they all put in their dues, they're all awesome and all cool.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, at one point, everyone's down. Jack Kelly gets in the ring, and I don't know how if this would have counted for a win or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But he takes off his jacket and he starts climbing that ladder. And out of...
Oh, I think he was going to try and climb the ladder and get the belts down.
That's what I'm saying.
But who was he going to give them to?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Obviously his team, but I don't know if that would have... I would have to check PPW's rulebooks if that would count as a win if the manager goes up there and gets them.
Well,
but hey, regardless,
the reason why I say
he was going to try to help his team anyway win. True good manager. Right there. But out of nowhere, here comes Darlin Rogers. Now, Darlin Rogers, he rides with the Misfits. He's down with them. He
carries their bags. He carries their bags.
He's with them. He is a misfit. You know what I'm saying? And he comes in there.
And that's my boy, too.
And old Jack Kelly got a little payback.
He got some guitar lessons.
Yeah, with that little tennis racket he had earlier, he took a little guitar across the head.
This one.
That's the guitar?
In fact, Grim, this one right here. Look. Jack Kelly signed it. I had him sign it because right there is where his DNA's at, Grim. Darlin Rogers, man. He delivered on it.
Oh, yeah.
He gave him some guitar. And look, ladies and gentlemen, it's a real guitar.
Well, obviously, and it still works. Oh, thank you, John Cena, back there for holding it. Thanks, John.
Yeah, he's back. Look, he's back there. But look, dude, I had a lot of people sign it, man. A lot of the talent there sign it, and the tag champ signed it. Boom, right there, fellas. Thanks, baby. Much love to you guys. Midwest Misfits, baby. Tag champs. All right, Grim. Back to the show.
Main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't cover who won the match. Obviously, the Misfits won because you just said it. But Movado, he goes to climb the ladder, and Darlin Rogers gives him a little help, helps him get up there.
Puts him on his shoulders.
And they get up there. And
he helps up the ladder.
Gets those titles.
Mm-hmm. So Darlin Rogers, good looking, man. You, sir, are a real friend, real homie, bro, for having the Misfits back like you do, sir. Way to go, brother.
Yep. Now,
thanks for the guitar, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening. The match to end the night was for the Michigan State Heavyweight Championship. It was a triple threat or three-way dance, ladies and gentlemen, for the title. We had the Man Beast, Rhino from ECW, from WWE, from TNA. This man's been everywhere.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, Hall of Famer. He was there, ready to defend that title. In the match also, Father Time, tick, tock, and representing Obsidian, the leader, Alpha Ray Adams. Owes up, ladies and gentlemen, owes up. This man,
who should have won.
He should have won, man. I was pulling for him. Man, these guys are going at
the
it.
arena, most of the arena was pulling for him.
I mean, a lot of people were going for Father Time. Though. That crowd was loud for Father Time. There was people shouting tick tock, tick tock.
Dude, it reminded me of. You know what I felt like? It reminded me of the pain that I felt when the Montreal screw job happened, bro.
I think
I was like, Ray Adams got screwed.
I think you're looking at it too much from being a Alpha Ray Adams fan, because the crowd they were pretty well against Alpha Ray Adams. They were booing him.
Yeah, because they knew he was gonna win. They knew he was gonna whoop that ass.
Now,
I mean, what else?
I will say this. Father Time was put out of action for a good long minute in this match. He's over there trying to recover.
Taking a nap is what he was doing. He was taking a nap. Ray Adams over there putting in work, getting tired, whooping ass. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
burning up his energy.
Let's talk about
this. And Father Time's over there taking a nap.
They went all around this arena. Rhino and Alpha Ray Adams. They went from one area all the way up.
Father Time's too old.
He's not too old. He took a beating.
The man's 90.
He took a beating and he was down in the corner. Anyways, they're fighting all over the arena. Alpha Ray Adams and Rhino are fighting up in the bleachers. And man, oh man, let me tell you, those fans in the bleacher, they made themselves heard. Let me talk about that real quick. There's one point in the show, these guys over there are stomping on those bleachers, and man, oh man, you could feel that through the arena. Like that I think that added to the show. That
I do like Father Time's. I do like his robe he comes out with. You know what I'm saying, when he opens it up.
But so these guys are fighting. When they make it back over toward the ring area, this was one thing that, like, if this was allowed, man, I would have slid my. If I would have known it was allowed, I would have slid my sign, told Alpha Ray Adams to use at some point, because Rhino hit this man with the guardrail. He picked it up and bam, crossed his back. Like, what? Like, fortunately, I think we missed it on camera. Oh, damn, Bob. He couldn't see where they were at, so. But my vantage point, I was able to see him. Bam, he gets hit with the guardrail. Damn. And.
Plus, I'm like this big, and you're like this big.
Yeah, so.
I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro?
But the action's up back in the ring. Man, oh man. Oh,
hey, hold on. Time out. I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm just trying to talk all this crap about Father Time. All right, Grim. Father Time's a fighting champion too, and I got a lot of love and respect for Father Time, man. After all, he's the only blind wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The man's overcame a lot, and you know what I'm saying? He's going to be a great champion for pure pro wrestling. And like you said, a lot of fans are pulling for him and had his back last night. So I commend you for that.
Yeah.
But I'm much more of an Obsidian guy, Ray Adams, you know what I'm saying?
Ray ended up taking a gore, and he ends up on the outside of the ring, and he's laying there when Father Time got a hold of Rhino, and man, got him in that submission. It was all over with. Freshman, he had rested up, so well thought out on his end, though. You know, you got to use stuff to your advantage. But yeah, so he ended up winning that match, and there's one thing. There's one thing I gotta say. Knowing Alpha Ray Adams, this ain't the end.
No, not at all.
This man ain't gonna stop until he takes that title from Father Time, like he took Gertrude.
Bertha.
No, Gertrude. the cup. He took Father Time's cup. He's gonna take that title, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he is. He's going to take it,
I'm
man.
calling it now. 2025, Alpha Ray Adams will be the Michigan State heavyweight champion. He's going to bring that title to Obsidian. And
you know what?
And
I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out there's an athletic commission somewhere in Flint, Grim. I'm going to write them a letter about this, all right? Because somewhere there's got to be some flaws and clause here, like a blind man can't hold the title, a blind man can't participate in these athletic events.
Yeah,
so
you don't
Ray,
even need,
Ray Adams.
You don't even
I got
need,
attorneys. I'm going to get attorneys on this, brother. Because Ray Adams, he needs that title. He
you don't even
it, bro.
need to. Ray Adams is going to get that title. The chase is on. That's all I'm going to say. The chase is on, ladies and gentlemen.
So Father Time better watch out, huh?
The chase is on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the Flint area, if you're in Michigan, PPW, they go all over Michigan. If you get a chance, go and check out their shows. It's a good time. You'll be entertained. Yeah.